proceed the induction or safety orientation. Okay? I cannot speak Arabic. Okay? Your supervisor can translate it in Arabic. Okay? I'll speak English. He will translate to Arabic. Okay? So, how many people balance? Okay? People balance, not it coming here. 25. So, 25 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 19 more, right? 6 plus 19, 25, right? The balance 19.
19?
Yeah. Maybe 19, maybe more.
Yes.
Something like there will be night shift, there will be day shift.
Some people work in night shift and the other work in
Okay, so schedule the other people. Okay, call me. Maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, like this, and we can do like this again. Okay, for the safety induction because they cannot work without safety orientation. Okay, get the point? Okay. Now, while you are writing the attendance, okay, we need to start now our safety orientation. Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. I am RCC Safety Engineer Sotero, Nepomuceno Jr. Okay. So this is safety orientation. Okay. Safety induction, safety orientation is a requirement before going to work. At the point, whether construction job, okay, manufacturing job, contracting job, okay, as long as it is your first job on the site, okay, or any workplaces in different companies, industries, factories like that, you need to be inducted first. Get the point? Okay? And then, before induction, you need to be in good physical, okay, health.
Physical and mental.
Okay, physically fit and mentally fit, something like that. In good health condition. Okay? Something like that. Okay? So, we need to proceed this induction. Listen carefully. Okay? And seriously, because we need to protect you guys from any harm, any injuries. Get the point? And we need to avoid any related incidents and accidents while you are working in your task in the future. Okay? After this induction. Get the point? And later we will be discussing what are the procedures after this. But first, safety orientation. Okay? So welcome to our RCC safety orientation. So this is visitor safety induction for Riyadh Cement Company. All contractors, subcontractors, we consider as visitors in our company. Okay? Like that. Okay. Okay. And this one. Health, Safety and Environment Department. Everyone going home safe and healthy every day. Okay? First, building a positive culture of safety, high potential risk control, and occupational health and hygiene. Okay, so we need to build a safety culture. So this safety orientation is part of our safety culture. This is the first step to avoid incidents and accidents, to avoid unsafe conditions and unsafe actions. Okay, not only that, there are a lot of safety culture. For example, the signing of permit, get the point, and you cannot proceed the job if the safety officers will not check your site, okay, and we will issue permit to work for that. You get the point? And then the safety officer, together with your supervisor and the foreman, will check your workplace, okay, before starting the job, okay, your site, your tools, your equipments and materials, resources, if all are okay before starting the job. Okay? And after checking, we need to have a very short safety toolbox talks. Okay? 2 minutes, 3 minutes should be done by the supervisor and foreman so that we can eliminate or reduce any harm. okay, or any potential hazards in the area. You get the point? Like that. Okay? So it's in there that we need to give safe instructions to the people how to execute on how to do the job safely. You can speak in Arabic to this. Yes.
بداية قبل ما تخش قبل ما تخش الموقع المفروض يكون انت مهيئ بدنيا ومهيئ عقليا للشغلانه قبل ما تشتغل. هو كلام يعني كلام عقيم كل الكلام اللي هو اصلا كلنا عارفينه. بقول لك قبل ما تشتغل قبل ما تشتغل لازم يكون في تصنيع عمل. تصنيع العمل ده بيجي قريب من السيفت المفروض يعني اللي بيحصل عندهم يعني ان في حد بيجي بيبص على المعدات بيبص بيبص مثلا على الشغلانه بيقول لك الشغلانه بتبدا ازاي هتشتغل ازاي هتتكون هنا فاهمني؟ يعني كل الحاجات دي المفروض المعدات بتتفحص الكابلات بتتفحص السيارات بتدي محاضرات بتدي محاضره للناس كده يعني بتوزع المهمات. الشغل اللي احنا بنعمله في اي موقع لو في حاجه كلام انت المفروض بتاكد ان الحاجه دي معزوله من الراجل هو الكلام ده كله لان ده
خلينا نتكلم عن نفسنا انا عارفين انا رديت عليه قلت له بروح يعني في صوت طلع
بس يعني
اول ما بقول لك
Finish?
اوكي
خلاص? You explain already in Arabic? Okay. So we have Mustafa.
Mustafa.
Okay. This number 2, what's this? Ibrahim? Ibrahim, where's Ibrahim? You write in Arabic. You should write in English. You should write in English, huh? Ahmed Mohammed.
Yes.
Isam Abed. Sophie Abed. Sherbi Shaddad. Okay. So 6 people. Okay, let's proceed now. And now we go to the high potential rest control. Okay, so meaning to say there are jobs that require permit and there are also jobs that doesn't require permit. Okay, so this high potential, rest control, this is for a hazardous job, critical job like this, and we have permit for that. For example, hot work activities, cutting, grinding, welding, working with live electricity, hot tapping like that. Okay, lifting and crane operations. Get the point? Working with energized equipment, live equipment, something like that is running, and you need only to stop portion because you cannot stop the entire equipment because it will be a production stoppage. Okay, especially if the job is not very big, you need only to shut off parts by parts, right? So that's critical also because equipment is running. Okay, there will be rotating sharp objects, okay, rotating blade like that, and then if there's no guarding machine, your hands will be injured, something like that. So these are all hazardous and critical operations, and we need to control that. So what are our controls for that? Okay, what are our controls? So engineering control, provide guard machine, okay, PPE, okay, like that. For the noise, air plugs. Okay, you got the point? Something like that. And safety glass for the particles, okay, coming to your eyes. Okay? Things like this. And for the, falling objects, you need to wear the helmet. Something like that. And for falling above, working at height, so safety harness, above 1.8 meters like that. And a complete work platform with guardrails, handrail, top rails like that in working at height. Because working at height is also critical and major task in working above. Okay? Like that. So we need to have controls. Okay? So the first control actually is we need to eliminate the hazards. Since we cannot eliminate, that's why we need the PPE, the engineering control, like that, and so many things. Also the discussion in the toolbox talks meetings, the procedures like that, the signage, those are also administrative controls. You get the point? Giving of safe instructions, administrative controls. Okay? Meaning to say, this risk control so many things to do: elimination, substitution, engineering control, PPE, administrative control. Okay, you get the point. And we need to have that, implement that in our workplace prior to start the job, especially if our tasks are hazardous or our job is hazardous. Okay, occupational health and hygiene, we need to maintain also the cleanliness of our area. Cleanliness, the waste management, okay, the proper segregation of materials. You get the point? Okay? For example, if you're working in the elevated area, you need to secure the loose objects, the falling objects in a bag, in a plastic bag or whatever, in a wooden bag, so that it will not fall downward. So danger of heat injury down below. Okay, if there are opening hole in the working at height above, then cover it also. You get the point? Okay, that's the hazards in working at height. You get the point? Okay, so there are a lot of the health and hygiene. You need to also to wash your hands after the job, okay, and then before eating, wash your hands, something like that. You get the point? Okay, the housekeeping is very important in health and hygiene. Okay, the housekeeping, the waste management, because through that we can remove 80% of the hazards in our workplace if we have a very good housekeeping implementation, and also the 5 is implementation. You get the point? Okay, so that's gonna be like that. Okay, let's go to the another slide. Okay.
بقول يا جماعه خطوات التحكم في الوقايه اكبر خطوات هي حاجه اسمها عزل بعد كده استبدال بعد كده التحكم الهندسي التحكم بمعنى ايه الكلام ده؟ يعني مثلا انا راجل مثلا شغال مثلا مدرس او شغال مثلا في مكنه لحام تمام، او لو عرفت اشتغل الشغلانه دي تكون واقف على سؤال عايز اشتغلها في مكنه لحام، لو عرفت اشتغل الشغلانه دي تكون واقف على سؤاله يبقى انا كده ايه عزلت الخطر. الخطر هنا ايه؟ اطلع على السقاله واشتغل فاقع. طب انا ممكن اشتغل ومش على السقاله، اشتغل على الارض. لو عرفت استنى لما نطلع من المكان ده ونشتغل واحنا شغالين لو نقف على سقاله يبقى انا كده ايه عزلت الخطر. تمام؟ ان انا ايه خلاص عزلت الخطر. طيب طب انا دلوقتي خلاص لازم تطلع على السقاله وتشتغل. لازم تطلع على السقاله وتشتغل يبقى لازم تلبس المهمات بتاعتك. لذلك بقول لك ان المهمات دي خط الدفاع الاخير. ليه خط الدفاع الاخير؟ لان بعدها هتبقى معرض للاصابه. خط الدفاع الاخير يعني انت دلوقتي بتشيل المواد الكيميائيه، انت مش لابس الجوانب خلاص هتنصاب، انت بتقطع بصاروخ، ده خط الدفاع الاخير بالنسبه لك، مفيش حاجه ثانيه تعملها. لو تعرضت للاصابه وقت ما انت بتقطع خلاص هتتعرض، مفيش حاجه، مفيش بديل. عشان كده بيسموا ان ايه المهمات دي خط الدفاع الاخير. لو انا عندي مصنع شغال مثلا، المصنع ده شغال علشان اتغلب على الضوضاء وعلى التراب وعلى الكلام من ده، الحل الصح اللي المفروض اعمله ايه؟ اني اوقف المصنع. يبقى انا ايه؟ غلبت على الخطر خالص، نزلت الخطر، ما عادش في خطر، لا عاد في خطر كهربي ولا عاد تراب ولا عاد اي ضوضاء. طيب انا ما قدرتش عشان المصنع شغال، انا المصنع لازم يشتغل ولازم اشتغل جنبه، ما ينفعش اقفل المصنع كله عشان الشغلانه بتاعتي. برجع على حاجه اسمها المهمات. بلبس بقى اللي هي ايه؟ كمامه عشان التراب، البس اللي هي السداده علشان الضوضاء. طيب انا لو شلت السداده وشلت خلاص اصبحت انت معرض للخطر. هو بيشرح لك الخطوات اللي انت بتمشي عليها. اول حاجه بتجنب الخطر، تعزل الخطر خلاص، ما قدرتش تعزله عشان خارج عن ارادتك مثلا، بترجع للخطوه اللي بعد كده هم حوالي 5 خطوات بتمشي عليها. هو ده المشاكل. بس هو مش هتشيل كلام الاستفاده يعني قال لي النماذج بس بضرب لكم امثله.
Okay, you understand?
Yes.
Let's go to another slide. Our policy statement is to work is never so urgent that we cannot take time to perform it safely. It is the responsibility of everyone to do his utmost to prevent all incidents and accidents, so that everyone can leave the job in the safe bodily condition in which they arrive. So, okay, we have the responsibility to protect our people, okay, and to protect ourselves from any hazards in our workplace. You get the point? So meaning to say, we need to correct and intervene, and we need to have solution on the spot in order for our people to work safely. Okay? Especially the controls I mentioned a while ago. The main purpose is if we are in good physical condition, okay, before working, we will also finish our job in good physical condition. Meaning to say, all parts of our bodies are still intact, are still complete before and after the job. Okay, meaning there will be no accident and incident happening. Okay, so that's our responsibility. Okay, not only for the supervisor and foreman, but for everybody's responsibility. You as a worker, you have the responsibility to protect yourself and to protect also other people. Okay, from harm, injuries, and everything.
بس هو بيقول يعني ان هو بيقول لك ان احنا كشركه يعني لما بنجيب مقاول بيبقى بيننا وبينه حاجه اسمها البروجياس او حاجه اسمها اللي هي ايه عقد اللي بينه وبينه ببقى مسؤول عن الناس اللي هتيجي فلازم احمي الناس اللي هشغلها معايا عشان لو في مشكله او في حاجه اول حد بيتمثل الشركه هنا الناس دي جبتها يعني المفروض هو قبل ما يجيبك اصلا كان جاوب ويقصر حاجه الكلام ده هو موجود بس انا بتكلم يعني الناس اللي بتاعت السكيل هو قبل ما نجيب اي شركه اصلا المفروض هو قبل ما نجيب الشركه يبص على سجل الحوادث بتاعها سجل الغيابات سجل اللي هي الناس اللي هي صارت في الموقع كل ما تكون السجلات دي عاليه كل ان الشركه دي مش مهتميه بالسيفتي كل ان الشركه دي ما تستحقش انها تشتغل في الشركه بتاعتها يعني يا شركه ماشي فاهمني فمثلا احنا مثلا عندنا مثلا في موقع تاني 5 6 سنوات السنوات دي بتسجل هنا في مكتب العمل وهو ليه الحق ان هو يطلع عليها ويقول لك حتى سجل الاصابات كل ما زاد سجل الاصابات عندك كل ما فرصتك في الشغل تبقى ايه؟ تمام كل ما زاد معدل الغيابات ومعدل الغيابات دي برضه يعني ايه حاجه مثلا ليه الناس بتغيب؟ اكيد واحد تعبان واحد مرهق واحد اشتغل شغل زياده تمام فاصبح ان هو طالما انت عندك غيابات كتيره وعندك اصابات كتيره اذا انت عندك مشكله في السيفتي فهو قبل ما بيخش بيديك التعليمات اللي هي واحد احنا جبناك ازاي مش هنعملكم ازاي وده عقد بيننا وبين الايه كده وفي الاول وفي الاخر احنا جايين نحافظ عليهم عشان زي ما اشتغلت السنه دي اوكي
Okay? So, thank you so much. Now we have our HEC goals and targets. So our targets and goals are 0, okay, injuries. Okay? 0 injuries, sorry, and accidents, and 0 environmental incidents and property damages. Get the point? That's our main goal, HEC goals. 0 injuries, okay, 0 property damages, and 0 environmental incidents. You get the point? If not happening, at least we can reduce to a minimum level. Okay? As low as reasonably practicable. You get the point? But we need really to eliminate 100%. So we cannot eliminate that if we don't have the cooperation of the workers' commitment, meaning responsibility. Okay? You get the point? And then also for the supervision and the management. Supervision means the foreman and the engineer and the supervisor. Okay? And then the management also are the company. Okay? The company, the management will give you a safe workplace, safe tools, safe plant and equipment, your company. Okay? And then you have to maintain the safety of your tools, equipment, materials, and everything. Okay? And your job is to take care of your materials, tools, plants, and equipments, whatever. And then you need to work safely. Okay? That's your role. The role of the supervisor and the engineer is to guide the people safely. To guide the people safely, meaning you have to supervise, you have to give instructions, you have to give safety talks, toolbox talks, like that. And they should follow the safety procedure. Okay? Safety procedure meaning implementation of the permit to work system, it should be applied. And then he will also tell the people to follow the safety rules and regulations. Okay? Like that. You get the point? Okay.
هو بيقول لك احنا هدفنا ان احنا ندفع زيرو هازارد زيرو اكسيدنت يعني ان احنا ندفع زيرو اصابات زيرو حوادث ده هدفه هو بيشرح الاهداف بتاعت الشركه بتاعته يعني ايه الهدف اللي احنا عايزين نوصل له في الاخر زيرو ما يحصلش مشاكل ولا يحصل كلام كبير وبعد كده هو اتكلم عن دوره هو اللي بيعمله زي ده بيديك محاضره ان هو بيراجع المهمات بتاعتك ان هو ان هو بيشوف تصريح العمل، ان هو ليه ادوار. هو الدور بتاعه بيتكلم على الادوار ايه عشان كل واحد يبقى عارف الادوار اللي عليه والواجبات اللي عليه. فهو بيقول احنا ادوارنا ده موفقه لنا بيها يمنع عن طريق ان احنا تصريح العمل، ان احنا بنشارك عليك في الشغلانه، ان احنا بنراجع على الشركه بتاعتك موفره للناس دي حاجه لشغلانه ولا ايامات كانت شغاله وخلاص. ودورك انت بقى ان انت تلتزم بالتعليمات بتاعته، وان انت تلتزم بالتعليمات بتاعت السوبرفايزر اللي احنا مثلا بنقولها. قال لك ما تطلعش زي ما قلت قال لك مثلا لما تيجي تدفع تلبس الريشه تدفع تلبس الريشه بدوننا وبدوننا. هو بيتكلم على الحته اللي انت عارفينها، بس هو بيقولها ليه؟ هو بيصورك ليه؟ لازم تعرف ان هو حياته كلها فيها مسؤوليه. ان هو حد لما يحصل مشكله قدر الله انت ما عندكش لازم تشتغل زي ما قلت محاضره. ما هو عارف ان انت عارف الكلام ده وانا عارف ان انت عارف الكلام ده. وليه انا بديك المحاضره الصبح؟ لما الكلام اللي بديك المحاضره الصبح بيقولوا انتوا عارفين كلكم. وبنعيده وبنزيده ليه؟ عشان ما كانش ربنا حصل مشكله يبقى الناس دي عندها. يعني مثلا لما يجي يمسكوا واحد يحققوا معاه مثلا انت ليه يا حسام مثلا مثلا ما لبستش حزامك كنت على سقاله؟ اصل انا ما اعرفش. اصل بيجي هو يحلمي بتاع السيف ليه ما قلتلوش؟ ليه ما عطيتش التعليمات؟ لا يا عم انا راجل عطيت التعليمات وموضوع المحاضره اللي هو خدها وصورت اهو الراجل ده خد المحاضره عارف التعليمات هو اللي مسكها. هو ده دوره اللي بيعمله دلوقتي. لما بديت المحاضره عشان اقدر انا احسن حاجه انا صورت الناس عطيت المحاضره والناس ما
Okay? Understand? Now we go to the types of incidents that may create an emergency. So first, hazmat emergency. Second, radiation leak. Third, security threats, medical emergency, chemical spill, fire and explosion. Okay, hazmat emergency meaning if you are using hazardous materials in your work and it will create a risk. For example, it will explode, it will create fire, something like that, or spillage due to hazardous materials, improper handling of hazardous materials, it can create explosion, that it will become an emergency. Okay? Now, radiation leak, if you are using a radioactive substance, okay? Any kind of radioactive element, radiation process in your work area, for example, only, then it can create also radiation risk to the people. Okay? Maybe somebody will like not collapse or whatever because of the radiation. Okay? And in security threats, this is more danger. Security threats is all about physical violence, intruders. It's going to be there's a war, something like that, or a bomb thrown into your workplace, and it will also explode, and the people will run in the workplace, panic, something like that. It can create, disturbance in your workplace. So that's also can create the emergency. Okay, medical emergency, for example, there will be a total massive of health risk. For example, the COVID, something like that, viruses, bacteria, or some of the people also are too much suffering with high humidity, something like that. High humidity, you might shake egg like that, and it will collapse. Like so many people will be on accident for that. Okay, to the point. When walking at the top, they will like this and they will fall on the ground. At the point is also medical emergency. Or any people also that are already having the collapse of the building. Good collapse of the building? Okay? And then so many people are injured. So that also become a medical emergency. Okay? There's bleeding like that, there's trauma like that. Get the point? So, and we have also the chemical spill. Chemical spill are very dangerous also, the same as hazmat. If there's chemical spill, the first hazard will be slippery, falling. The second hazard will be fire and explosion. If contact to that, ignition source or let's say spark or whatever, or flame, something like that, it can create burning. Okay? Something like that. And then fire and explosion also related to chemical spill. Okay? Like that. Fire and explosion, chemical spill, and hazmat radiation are related. Okay? And then, if that happens, we have procedure to follow. So, this one, emergency contact numbers. We have also our health professionals team or the medics to have a rescue to the patient, everything. Okay? To the injured person, something like that. Okay? Yeah, we have the procedure. We have to call this number. This one, emergency contact numbers. If that happens in your area, you need to contact this number, extension 1966 and 1903. Okay? Emergency contact numbers for our... It's already posted in the area, in the building, in the admin, technical building, there, in the side of the process. Everything you can see this number. Okay?
This is the general number for fire for...
Yeah, you have to call this 1966, 1903, and also 1926, something like that. But others are not listed yet, but others is 1900 for fire, this for 1966, extension 1903, something like that. Okay? But these are sure numbers. Somebody will answer you during emergency situation. Okay? That's the point. But what I mean, there are also other numbers to call, but these are the main contact numbers. Okay, we have the ambulance, okay, and the emergency call service. Okay, you can stay in assembly point while waiting for the rescuers or the medical people or the ERT team if this is a fire. Okay, if it's a fire, ERT team will be there to help you and to assist you, okay, to stop the fire and everything. Okay, all you have to do is to go to the assembly point if emergency situation is happening, okay, or occurs. Okay. Now we have the emergency exit and assembly point. Okay? You need to follow this layout, where to go in case of any emergency situation. First, you need to look at the exit. Okay? These are also posted in technical building, admin building, canteen, workshops, like that, tool rooms, okay? CCR, these are all reflected in the board. All you have to do is to open your eyes and watch where to go. The first thing to do is to watch the emergency roads, emergency exit roads. Okay? And then you need also to find out where's the location of the fire extinguishers in case of the fire. Get the point? You can see there's a drawing here. This is if this fire extinguisher, there's a label here. And you can understand that because it's reflected in the drawing. Okay? Where to fire the hose of the fire hydrant hoses like this. Okay, the smoke detectors like that. Okay, the DCP or the CO2 fire extinguishers. Okay, the assembly point like that. What else? So many things hang here. Okay, also the first aid kit box also are also mentioned here. Okay, everything in the emergency evacuation plan is being mentioned, but it is just a drawing. Straightforward where to go, what to use, what resources we need to use during emergency situation. Get the point? Okay? But of course we need to follow the basic. If there's an emergency, stop the job. Like that. Okay? Turn off the equipment, the machines, remove the plug. Like that. Do not bring any properties and materials outside from your workplace. Okay? Only your personal belongings. And then do not be panicked. Okay, walk normally to the assembly point together with the people, supervisor and foreman together with the people. Okay, and then you have to take down the head count in the assembly point. Okay, so counting how many people present, how many people are missing, so that we can retrieve, we can locate them, having our ERT already. Okay, because if it's happening, automatic the ERT will be there. All the rescuers, all the medics, all the emergency responders will be there. Okay, then we need to try to recover those missing. Okay, while waiting for the clear announcement, or let us say if somebody will say, like incident commander will say, we need to go back after clearance, then we need to go back to our work area. And if he said we will go to our camp, go to the other places that are more safe because the emergency are not stopping yet, okay, not yet controlled, then he will be the one to make an announcement for that. He will decide for that. And all the people will just follow to exit from the emergency area, going to another safe area, something like that. Okay? Get the point? So, because there are also emergency that it will become big. We cannot control, right? And there are also emergency that we can solve immediately. Then, of course, the incident commander will say, go back to your respective places by having a know, phone, with a phone. Okay, go back to your area now and save tour like that. Okay, after that, and that's it.
بقول لك يعني بيقول لك هو مصنفين هنا كذا حاجه طوارئ زي مثلا الحريق، لو حصل حريق في مبنى لا يعتبر بالنسبه له حاله طبعا. لو لقيت مثلا تسريب مثلا غاز، تسريب مثلا في الرسوم على الارض.
فين المكان الامن؟
ايه؟
المكان الامن فين؟
اقلبه بس ما نفسه بعدين. هو انت هو يصنف لك المشاكل هنا في الموقع، يعني مثلا حريق، تسريب غاز، مثلا مبنى بتتهد، في زلزال، زي كوارث، في المهم يعني في كارثه من الكوارث حصلت. ده هو بيصنفها لك ان ده طبعا حاله طارئه. الحاله الطارئه دي تستوجب حاجات معينه او طريق معين تمشيه او حته معينه تتجمع فيها. طبعا وقت التجمع هو مش كتير كده، هو بيقول لك في وقت التجمع، طبعا وقت التجمع ده تلاقيها بره في اماكن معينه. يقول لك المنطقه دي هتلاقي عليها مكتوب عليها نفس الرسمه دي كده، يقول لك التجمع بالعربي او اسمبلي بوينت اللي هي بالانجليزي يعني نقطه كده. تمام، بتمشي في طريق معين وبتروح من المنطقه دي. طبعا هو بيبقى العدد اللي عارفه، يعني مثلا عم شغل شغال مع 10، احمد شغال مع 3، عصام شغال مع 2. المهم يعني كل واحد في رئيس مجموعه. المهم ايا كان يعني عشان يجيب الاول. المهم يعني رئيس المجموعه طبعا انت عارف الناس اللي شغاله معاه، لما يحصل طارئ هو بيروح وبيبدا ان هو يتصل على الناس، يبدا ان هو يعد الناس يكون اللي ناقص او اللي يجيبه عشان يعرف يتصل فيه. الكلام اللي انت عايزينه
رئيس المنطقة أكتر منه. لو شغال على خط المنطقة ده 5 دقايق.
هو ده انا المفروض مسؤول عنه. لما بيحصل تحقيق ولا كلام من ده المفروض بيتسال مهندس الميكانيكا. المفروض هو على فكره بتاع الشركه المفروض ما بيتسالش عن الحادثه، المفروض هو اللي بيعمل التحقيق بتاع الحادثه، هو اللي بيحقق فيها. المفروض هو يعني بمعنى ايه؟ انا المفروض اعطيك التعليمات، المفروض انت ملتزم بيها، المفروض انت شغال صح. انت بقى اشتغلت غلط يبقى مش الست اللي قالك اشتغل غلط، لكن حد قالك اشتغل غلط. لما يجي بيعمل التحقيق بيقول لك